Okay, we will get started. Good morning. Come onto your backs. Just settle into your mat. Let yourself get comfortable. Just take the next minute or so to just really settle into the space around you. Let the back of your body become heavy. Close your eyes if that feels okay. Try to soften your gaze, or soften your eyes rather, in your eye sockets. Let them be heavy. Relax across your forehead and between your eyebrows. Let the shoulders melt away from the ears. And just start to feel your entire back body sort of pressing down into the floor. Allow yourself to feel really supported by the floor, by the surface beneath you. So there's barely any effort in this pose. Try to soften your jaw. Release the tongue from the roof of the mouth. Fingers are just curled in naturally. Toes are splaying out. Good. So now just turning the focus onto your breath. Taking slow sips of air in through the nose. And long exhales out through the nose. Letting your ribs expand on the breath in. Letting your back body become heavier on the breath out. Every inhale, finding the very top of the breath. And every exhale, looking for the very bottom of the breath. Take about 4 more cycles here before we start to get moving. Go ahead and begin to rock the head side to side. Just slow, gentle movements, waking up the neck and the shoulders. And then wiggling fingers and toes. Rolling out the wrists and the ankles. And bring the heels together at the back of the mat. You can reach the arms up overhead. Take an inhale. Find a full body stretch here. Point the toes. And exhale to relax. Good. One more like that. Breathe in. And breathe out. Bring the feet onto the floor. Pull the knees in toward the chest. Wrap the arms around the shins and give yourself a squeeze. Press down through the lower back as you draw your low belly in. Just gently squeezing those thighs in. Soften the shoulders. Maybe find that rocking motion side to side. Just feeling any points of tension in the lower back here as you rock yourself back and forth. Just a few more breaths. Back through center, right knee will stay in. Plant the left foot onto the mat. So you want a good amount of space between your left foot and your left glute. So you don't want the foot to be really close. You create some space there. So your left foot is completely rooted, and you want to make sure that your low back is rooted too. So try to press your low back into the mat as you squeeze that right knee in. So just waking up that right hip. You're always welcome to find a bit of movement here. Sort of sliding that right thigh side to side or tracing circles. Good. Now from here, begin to extend that bottom leg, or the left leg rather. Make sure the foot is active, so curl the toes back to the face. And now we're going to start to trace nice big circles with that right thigh, that right hip. Slowly working into any tension there. You can reverse your circles. Good. Now come back through center. Give yourself a little squeeze here. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Good. Left knee in. Switch the grip with the hands and step that right foot down. So again, the bottom of the foot is completely rooted, and press your low back into the floor. Just a bit of a modified variation to start. This is good if you are tight in your hip flexors. You're feeling this a lot in the right leg. So you bend that knee and just plant the foot, just taking any strain away from the hip flexor. Got a couple more breaths. And now begin to extend the right leg straight. Keep the grip on that left shin, and you can circle. Just try to make your movements slow and intentional. And take about 2 or 3 more. And then come back through center, nice big inhale. And exhale, right knee in. Bring your hands onto your knees. Slide your knees and your thighs away from each other. Good, so knees are wide. Again, press the low back into the mat. Relax the shoulders. And you're going to feel this a bit through your inner thighs. Still through the hips a bit as well. Good, so we're going to add on a bit of movement here. So on your inhale, try to let your knees sort of come away from the body, maybe the arms straighten. And then exhale, squeeze those knees in, but your thighs stay wide. And so breath in, find that space, feel the low back rooting. Exhale, gentle squeeze, low back is still pressing down. We're going to do that 5 more times here. Really good stretch for the hips, the inner thighs, the groin area. Good. At the end of your fifth, you can bring the knees back together. And then just lower the feet onto the mat. You're going to heel toe your feet so they are mat distance apart. So feet are mat distance apart. Knees are wide. You can tee the arms out and let both of your knees drop over to the right. And take your gaze to the left. Just a nice passive twist. And just try to take some really deep breaths here. Right to the top of your inhale. And the bottom of the exhale. At about 4 more. It's really waking up the lower back, creating some space there. Come back through center. Feet stay wide and then right into the opposite side. Just letting your shoulders be heavy, feeling the knees fall a little bit deeper into the twist with every exhale. So really do your best to soften here. Good, couple more. And back through center. You can give your knees a gentle sway if you like. Walk the feet in so they are hip distance. Knees come into the chest, arms around the shins, and squeeze. Good. Now lower the left foot onto the floor. Extend the sole of the right foot up to the ceiling. Flex the foot like you're standing on the ceiling. You can just interlace your hands on the back of your right thigh. Relax the shoulders. Get low back roots into the mat. And just find that first place where you feel a stretch in the hamstring. Long, slow inhales. Easy, steady exhales. Think about breathing right into the back of your thigh. Good, we'll be here for 5 more breaths. Take your time. You can always trace circles with your ankle here as well at the end. Just working on some ankle mobility, getting out any cracks there. So at the end of your 5th breath, You're going to release the hands, turn the toes out to the right, bend the knee, right ankle to top of your left thigh, moving into your figure 4 position. Make sure your hips are squared up. That's good. So you can stay here if you are already feeling a stretch, or float the left foot up, moving into a thread the needle pose. So interlacing the hands on the back of the left thigh. You can also use a strap around the back of the left leg. Try to soften the shoulders into the mat. And for a deeper stretch, pressing the foot into the thigh back into the foot. Just try to keep your breath really consistent here, really fluid. Take 4 more. And so at the end of the 4th, you're going to lower the left foot down. Keep the right ankle where it is, and we're going to head into a twist. So both of your legs come over to the left. You can sort of step the right foot down onto the floor. Right arm extends away from the body, and if it feels okay, take your gaze to the right. All right, good. Take your time, come back up. Step the feet onto the floor and give your knees just a slow, gentle sway here. Good, back through center. Let's send the left foot up. Again, interlace the hands on the back of the left thigh. So starting with that same hamstring stretch. Toes curl to the face. Soften the knee as much as you need to. And just breathing into that hamstring. Maybe each exhale, you can go a little bit further into the posture. We're going to be here for 5 more. Good, so at the end of your fifth, same transition, you're releasing the hands, turn the toes to the left, ankle to top of thigh. We're setting up, thread the needle. Again, there's no rush here. Try to take your time. It may be different from side to side, so just keep that in mind. And try to relax the shoulders. Breathing really deeply here, just to try to soften up that left hip. 4 more. Good, so at the end of the fourth, again, same transition, lower the right foot, left ankle stays, and your legs come over to the right this time. Left arm extends. Take the gaze to the left. Really try to keep both of your shoulders rooted, especially that left shoulder, so don't let it lift up. Good. Mindfully make your way back through center. Step both feet onto the floor. Recenter your hips. Just give your knees a bit of a sway. Good. Now begin to extend the soles of the feet up to the ceiling. You can soften the knees a bit here. And this is all we're doing. We're just having our legs up. Just a nice sort of restorative posture here. Maybe you circle the ankles, point, flex the feet. This is always a really good pose to do at the end of the day. If you've spent a lot of time on your feet, you can put your legs right up against a wall for some extra support. It's also a good one to do if you're ever having trouble falling asleep at night. Creates a calming response in the body, activates your parasympathetic nervous system. Okay, so take about 5 more breaths here. And at the end of the fifth, just one by one, bend the knees, step the feet down. And again, sway the knees side to side. Feet are hip distance. So you can slide the hips just a few inches over to the right, cross the right thigh on top, and then let both of your knees fall to the left. So just a little more of an active twist than we did at the beginning. Right arm extends away, turn the gaze. And press down through the shoulders. And then try to breathe into the lowest part of your stomach here. Awesome. Make your way back through center. Unwind the thighs, slide those hips over, and come right into the opposite side. Soften where you can. Try to let go of any tension. Okay, come back. One more time, just center those hips. Bring the soles of the feet together. Let your knees fall open. Find a comfortable place for your arms, either alongside or maybe up overhead. Just feeling the hips settling right into the mat. Good. You're welcome to stay here or begin to extend the legs out long. Finding your final resting pose. Just make any last adjustments so you're comfortable. Tuck the shoulders under. Little tuck in the chin so the neck is long. And so I will leave you here this morning, and I'll be back tomorrow at 8 a.m. And thank you for coming, and I hope you have a great day, Jess.
Thanks a lot, Annie. See you tomorrow.
Bye.